In this video, we are going to talk about 2 ways that you can help your law firm rank better in the Google 3-pack. Now, the Google 3-pack is where phone calls come from. Despite what a lot of SEO companies will tell you, what we have found in our testing over and over and over again is that when you show up in the Google 3-pack, you consistently get more phone calls for free. So that is what we are interested in. Now, Google relies on 3 factors and 3 factors only to determine where you are going to rank in the Google 3-pack. The first one is proximity to the searcher. How far away are you from where the person is searching from? Now, there's not a whole lot that you can do about that, so we tend to focus on influencing the other 2 things. The second thing is prominence. How prominent is your business and your brand on the internet? That means how many websites link to you, how many websites is your name and address and phone number listed on, and things like that. The third is relevancy. How relevant are you to what the searcher is looking for? And that's what we're going to talk about in our first point. One of the main ways, it's not the only way, but one of the really big ways that Google pulls relevancy for your law firm is by looking at your reviews, right? Now, for a long time, Google had this problem. They pulled relevancy from the name of the actual business. So a lot of times lawyers would see that there was a law firm that would rank #1 in the Google Maps that wasn't even a real law firm. They were just called, Orlando Personal Injury Attorney. Like, that was the name of their law firm. And there was this hack in Google, or this exploit in Google, where you could basically just name the business whatever the keyword was and you'd show up #1 in the Google 3-pack. Well, Google finally fixed this. And one of the things that they replaced this relevancy with is reviews. They look and see, what are other people saying about your law firm that we can take and figure out how relevant are you to this actual search term. So what they do is they look at something called LSI keywords, latent semantic indexing. And LSI keywords really are just words and phrases and keywords and synonyms that they would expect to see on a business that is a certain type of business. So for example, if you're a car accident attorney, they would expect to see things like trial and insurance and rear-ended and T-bone and back pain and a myriad of other things, right? So what you need to do is you need to get reviews on a regular basis, which is a sign of an authoritative business. But then you also need to make sure that those reviews have very specific words, phrases, keywords, and synonyms in them so that Google will associate your business with that of a business of your type. The easiest way to do that is when you ask people for reviews, and you can do this in an email or text message. You can say, we'd really appreciate the review. It really helps us serve more people. We found that the best reviews and the most impactful reviews typically answer the following 5 questions, right? Now, if you give them these questions, then they're more likely to answer them. These are the questions. Question number 1, what was the problem that you had before you came to our law firm? Question number 2, why did you pick our firm over all the firms available in the market? Question number 3, what did we do for you? Question number 4, what were the results? And question number 5, how did these results impact your life? Now, if you send these questions to people, you are more likely to get the review, because one of the reasons that people don't leave reviews is because writer's block. They have a lot of writer's block and they don't even know what to say. So this will, first of all, allow them to actually kind of have an idea of what to say. And second of all, if they answer those questions, they are inevitably going to get those words, phrases, keywords, and synonyms in your review that are relevant to your business, and they're going to do it in a non-spammy way. You shouldn't say, hey, when you leave the review, make sure to say Orange County Personal Injury Attorney 17 times. Like, you don't want to do that because Google can see right through that. Now, the other thing is that you need to make sure that you're getting reviews on a regular basis. Google wants to see law firms getting reviews on a regular basis. You can't just get a bunch of reviews one day and stop. I wish that you could, but you can't. Reviews are one of the biggest things that lawyers struggle with. Now, the good news is that it's just as difficult for your competitors as it is for you. Right? And business is all about solving problems. One of my mentors once told me a long time ago that if you solve enough problems, you get to be a millionaire, right? So basically, you just have to figure out the problem, figure out the solution to the problem. How do I get my clients to continue leaving me reviews? I wrote an entire book on this subject that you can look up, and that gives you some great examples. But for the purpose of this video, we're just going to stop there talking about reviews. But if you can get reviews on a regular basis, and you can make sure that those reviews contain words, phrases, synonyms, and keywords that are related to your practice area, then you are going to rank higher in Google, because it will satisfy that relevancy ranking factor that Google is looking for. Now, the other ranking factor that Google is looking for that we try to influence is prominence. How prominent are you on the internet? Now, one of the easiest ways to influence your prominence is by completing your business citations. What are business citations? Citations are a fancy way of saying business listings, right? So there's lots of business listings out there, and a lot of mainstream business listings that, if you really think about it, you'll know what they are. So, for example, there's Yelp, and there's Facebook, and there's Avo, and there's Justia, and there's FindLaw. So if you can sit down and make a list of 15 to 20 or 30 business listings, and actually take the time to complete them, actually figure out the password, claim the listing as your own if you need to, log in, update it, and make sure that on every single page, make sure that every single listing, your name, your address, and your phone number are written the exact same way. This is called NAP, name, address, phone number, right? If you make sure that you update your most important citations, and these are going to be the mainstream ones, and your name, your address, and your phone number is the same on all of them, then what that does is that tells Google that you're an authoritative business, right? Because the most authoritative businesses out there, they are the ones that have listings everywhere, and their listings are always accurate, right? So what you want to do is you want to make sure you get lots of reviews on a regular basis, and you want to make sure that your words contain words, phrases, keywords, and synonyms that are your reviews contain words, phrases, keywords, and synonyms that are related to your law firm. And then you want to make sure that you go out and you complete all of your citations. So this is like your Yelp profile, Facebook, Twitter, Avo, Justia, FindLaw, and there's a bunch of other ones too, but you try to just figure out what are the main ones, the biggest listings out there, and those are the ones you want to complete. Now, I'm going to give you one bonus thing that you can do, and it goes alongside reviews, and that is respond to all reviews. Whether they're positive, whether they're negative, respond to all reviews. This is something that every single law firm can do. And don't just say thanks. Write an actual thank you, like a genuine, heartfelt message to every single review that you get. Now, the reason I say this is because Google doesn't tell us much about what it actually requires to rank. But one of the things that they do call out on their local ranking guidelines is they mention responding to reviews. So if Google is saying to respond to reviews, it's very important that you do so. Now, I'm not saying that this is a magic bullet. In fact, I'm not saying that anything that I say is going to be a magic bullet. But basically what it is there's hundreds of factors that go into ranking your law firm in Google. And when you can check the boxes of every single one that you can actually control, then your likelihood of ranking in Google goes up and up and up and up and up, right? So that's why it's so important that everything that you can control, you can do so. Because once you're in the Google 3-pack, you can get tons and tons and tons and tons of free traffic and free leads and free clients that you otherwise would have to pay $50, $75, $100, $150 a click for if you were doing pay-per-click advertising. So take these 2 tips plus my bonus tip of responding to every single review, and you will have a better shot of ranking your law firm in the Google 3-pack and getting more traffic and free leads and free clients.